Day 1, living out of my car. I'm Andy, and this is my dog, Mia. I'm challenging myself to live out of my SUV for the next 90 days, and honestly, I'm really scared. I have no idea how this is going to go. I've never done something like this before. I've never started a YouTube channel. I've never even really been big on social media, but I feel like I really want to share my story and hopefully inspire others to make the changes they might need in their life. So I worked in the music business for over 15 years, and throughout that time, I really struggled with my mental health and just keeping up with the grind. I'm originally from Toronto, and I grew up camping, and I used to love the outdoors. But when I started working in the industry, my whole work-life balance just went out the window, and I never really took the time to take care of myself or spend time outside of work. And when I moved to LA, it was really exciting. I got to travel all over the world with artists, and it felt like every weekend there was some show or festival to go to, and I partied a lot, and I always put my clients before my own self-care. And it wasn't long after I got to LA that one night, after a hard night of drinking, I woke up in the hospital, and from there, I was sober for a few years, but it always felt like there was this dark cloud hanging over me. It was hard to socialize with people without a drink in my hand. And having moved out to LA and really falling in love with the city, I didn't really want to give up on my music career. I really thought that this was like the only path that I could take. I started in the industry right out of college, and I didn't feel like I had any other options. But my mental health started to slip again. My client roster started to dwindle, my work suffered, and I was burnt out. And honestly, I was on the verge of suicide. But then in 2020, I was diagnosed with ADHD, and a lot of these issues I had experienced started to make a lot more sense. And I started to learn more about the disorder, what sort of things I could do to alleviate some of the issues I was having. And I started taking antidepressants. I started taking Adderall, and those helped for a while, but it just didn't feel sustainable. It felt like I had a lot of brain fog, and I just still wasn't happy. And when rent rates started to rise in LA, I decided to move to Las Vegas. I've spent a lot of time here over the years with artists, playing at nightclubs, and I've made some really good friends here. And it was good for a little bit, but after a while, I just started to get more and more isolated, and I felt more and more depressed. And I realized that, this location change wasn't really what I needed. I needed to change my mindset, my priorities, and to get rid of a lot of these destructive habits I developed. But there was this park where I used to walk Mia every day. And the more time I spent here, the more I started to feel a sense of community with morning joggers, dog walkers, people just traveling, and homeless people. I met more and more people living this lifestyle, and slowly the stigma of living in your car or being homeless, it started to lift, and it felt like it was time for me to make a big change, to really challenge myself, to step out into the world and just welcome whatever obstacles I might find in my way. Honestly, I still feel lost. I don't know if this is the right path for me, but it feels like a big step in the right direction, and I'm going to give it my best shot, for better or for worse. I know it's going to be hard, especially with the summer heat coming through, but I'm going to find a way to adapt and make it work. And I really think that seeking discomfort is a way to build stronger character. I don't think of myself as homeless, just houseless, because I'm doing this by choice. I'm doing this to prioritize my well-being, to challenge myself to really live outside my comfort zone and develop healthier habits, and also better manage my ADHD with ambidextrous training and memory retention exercises. So I hope you guys stay tuned for day 2 to see where this road takes us. And until then, stay hyper, Stay driven.